in my head, and I know this is problematic, but I'm just going to be honest. In my head, I was like, oh, like if I have a mustache and like have a kurban, like no one's going to want to marry me. I came out about me not being vegan, and there was just some problematic racist comments on that post that we're going to dissect, and that's going to be super fun because I'm going to call out some of you vegan activists who are just racist and horrible. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. If you are new, my name is Jaspreet Kaur and I'm a holistic nutritionist, and if you've been here before, welcome back and thank you for being so patient with me. So I have had an influx of new followers and new subscribers and just new people following me and interacting with me, so I thought what better way to come back to YouTube than do a question and answer video to answer any questions that you guys might have about me. I put a little call out on Instagram, so you guys had the opportunity to ask me some personal questions rather than nutrition related questions, which we talk about a lot on this channel, which is fine because I love that and that's what I'm here for. But I want you guys to get to know me a little better because we speak all the time and I feel like we just don't have that. You guys don't know much about me. So I'm going to be asking some more personal questions in this video. I was going to do it as a get ready with me, but then I realized all I would be doing is putting tel in my hair and then wrapping my podcast. So I'm just going to be talking at you guys for the next however long this takes. So let's get on to the first question, which is from Harleen Kaur. And Harleen asked, how did you get into this line of work? So as a holistic nutritionist, I wanted to change the perception of health for the Punjabi Sikh community because I started to notice that a lot of people around me, very, very close people to me, were starting to get sick and had chronic illnesses like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. Like cancer is such a common thing in our community and it just didn't sit right with me. There's this whole perception around health that you have to have Western pharmaceutical medication and go on fad diets and buy superfoods to be healthy, and that's completely not the case. I think we neglect the holistic side of health a lot. So the lifestyle, the diet, and the mindset. And these three things can have such a huge impact on your health and your way of life. So it's just changing that perception to taking the power back into our own hands for the Punjabi Sikh community specifically. But I think a lot of communities can kind of resonate with the things that we talk about. The second question is from Ayana. Ayana, hello. This is like an old friend, I guess, an old friend from the States. Thank you for your question. She said, what excites you? I had to consult with my husband about this because I didn't know how to answer this. I don't really know what excites me. And he said the idea of feeling more independent and feeling more free. And I don't really know how else to explain that. But I think if you're sick, you will really kind of understand that feeling of just feeling more free and feeling more independent in everything that you do. So like when my marriage is feeling a bit more free, when I don't know how to explain it. Does that kind of sound right? Azadi, like that feeling of azadi, and it's not something that I feel like constantly, but I have moments in a day where like I'll feel like this is azadi, like for a moment, and that moment is like so beautiful and I get so excited in that moment. And I think that's the thing that excites me. Other than that, having a free kitchen really excites me as well because I love cooking. I love just putting a speaker on and free flowing with whatever ingredients are in the house, in my kitchen, and creating food for myself and for my loved ones as well. Okay, question number 3 is from Gurpreet Kaur Sidhu. Thank you for your question, Gurpreet. She said, how many businesses do you have and what are they? Okay, so I have, I guess, 2 businesses. Yeah, I have 2 businesses. I don't know why I'm trying to second guess myself. Get out of here, imposter syndrome. I have 2 businesses. I am a business owner. So the first business is God Health. So I have this YouTube channel, and outside of this, I do one-to-one nutrition consultations. I do group consultations for health as well. And I also do workshops in Gurdwara spaces and in lots of other spaces as well. So that's kind of what I do. I just help people attain their health goals through realistic nutritional changes, not like going on like a fancy diet. Like I said before, it's about making small, manageable changes to your diet and lifestyle that will actually reap results in a couple of weeks when you implement these into your life. So for example, drinking more water is something that loads of people don't do. We're like really dehydrated all of the time. So even just saying, you know, you need to drink more water for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and that person will notice a difference. The second business that I run is in partnership with Maya. And Maya, you guys have seen Maya before, probably on my Instagram and on this channel as well. Maya is a pre and postnatal trained all-female personal trainer, and she is absolutely fantastic. And we run a business called Boss Your Body Events. So Boss Your Body Events kind of was birthed out of the frustration of me and Maya not feeling comfortable working out in certain spaces. So for me personally, wearing a patka, having like hair on my body, having a kurban, I don't feel comfortable going into many spaces, I'll be honest. And going to a gym, that's like off limits for me, because I don't want people to look at me. I don't want to have to explain myself, and yeah, I just don't feel comfortable, and that's absolutely fine. So having that feeling, I wanted to create a space, and so did Maya. She wanted to create a space together that made women of color feel comfortable, where we can work out, where we don't have to explain our existence or the way that we look. We can just go to this space, have a workout, get a sweat on, eat some good food, and leave. The spaces that we create are specifically for women of color, but that doesn't mean that white women are excluded, but it does mean that everyone understands that this space is specifically safe for women of color, because white people can go anywhere generally and feel safe, but we don't have that privilege, and that's okay. We're just recognizing what privileges people have, and we are creating a space for people who don't necessarily have that privilege. So it's a very respectful, safe space in that sense. So the fourth question is from Sing Street Style. If you don't know about Sing Street Style, definitely go check him out on Instagram. He makes a range of different content, and it's really, really cool. Check him out, support him. He's a fellow Sikh brother, so yeah, shout outs Pradeep. And his question is, getting married soon, have you got any advice? I don't think I'm the best person to give marriage advice to. I haven't been married that long, but I will just kind of say things that make sense to me. I did consult my husband for this question as well, because I wanted it to be realistic. So we kind of think that if you're going into a Sikh marriage, understanding the love part is super important. So sitting down together and doing some vichar on this, and maybe getting someone else who understands the part, someone older, someone wiser, and just maybe talking with them, having a conversation with them, and understanding what it is that you're getting yourselves into. What is the Anand Karaj, and what you guys can be doing on that day. Another thing for me is not focusing too much just on that day. It's super important. It is a super important ceremony, but not focusing too much on like the party and the outfits and that kind of stuff. If you guys get married, anything else that happens after that is going to be a bonus. The most important thing is that you're making a commitment with your guru. Also the usual stuff, making sure you're both on the same page, you have like the same goals, and you want your jeevans together to be the same. Like you're just on the same page basically, and you want the same things with each other. Another thing to just like make note of is that it's not like a fairy tale after you get married and move in together and it's like party every day, woo. Don't get me wrong, it's really lovely. Like you get to live with your best friend, and you get to know each other in a completely different way, but there's going to be things that you hate about each other, and there's going to be things that you realize about one another, and in that you're going to realize things about yourself that you don't like about yourself, and that's okay. You're going to argue, you're going to fight, but just knowing that you're both on the same team, you're not against each other, is super, super important, and remembering that in the hard times really does help. So I hope that helps anyone who may be getting married soon. And if you have any other marriage advice, leave it in the comments below, because boy, I feel very inexperienced in this area. This one is from Gurleen. And she said, how did you get into Sikhi? This was a pretty common question, and then this has been a common question for the past couple of months. So I'll try and keep this one short, but it's not a short answer, and I want to make sure that I tell you exactly kind of what happened, because there was a lot of people and organizations involved, and I really want them to get the credit. So in my final year of uni, I discovered basics of Sikhi. I was at Park Avenue Gurdwara by chance on a Sunday evening, and I heard Jagraj Singh speaking in English, and that was like my first thing. I was like, what? Like I can understand this. I have like a bit of a relationship with this. So that was pretty cool. And in, I think, 2 or 3 months after that, I started doing seva with them. and that was really fun. Did like stalls, did like the leaflets and lots of other things. It was a really fun experience. The best time doing seva with them in my final year of uni, and I continued that when I left uni. I then discovered an activist group based in West London called Saffron Mic, and I got involved with a play that they were doing. It was an interactive play, like you walk through loads of different rooms, and I was playing one of the characters, Amandeep Kaur, who was a Shaheed, and she fought in the movement for Khalistan, and that, like, playing that character really opened my eyes to a lot of like the struggle of Khalistan and understanding who Shaheeds were. And there was actually a lot of female Shaheeds, and that was super cool. That was like super monumental in my journey to Sikhi. Through Saffron Mic, I then discovered the Sikh Education Council and Nojwani, and they are both such incredible organizations. The Sikh Education Council actually deliver a year 1 and year 2 and year 3 Sikh studies course, and I did year 1 and year 2, and that was just incredible, learning about Sikh history, about what happened and how we got to this point. The conversations that used to happen in those classes were just the best, and I would urge anyone who is in the UK to do that course. Get in touch with the Sikh Education Council and just do the course. If you are interested in Sikhi and building your knowledge of Sikh history, get in touch with them. I really can't praise them enough. They were also hella monumental. All of the organizations that I'm going to talk about are very monumental in my journey. But yeah, the SEC, God, they were some great days doing that course. I have very fond memories of attending those lessons. It's more of an academic space. It really, for me, it pushes me out of my boundaries because I'm not a very academic person. Academic, whatever the hell that means. And that's why I love it, because I'm just the conversation. It's just great. It's just great. I'm just going to stop it there. It's great. So then through the Sikh Education Council and through Nojwani, I found the National Sikh Youth Federation, and I'm now a Sevadar with them, and they are such an incredible organization. We're a group of activists, academics, artists. So this year we've held panel events with advocate Manjpur, who is Jaggi's lawyer. If you know anything about the Free Jaggi Now case, he is Jaggi's lawyer, and we held a panel discussion about human rights here in the UK with him, which was super cool. We also did a panel with SikhNet, who are the Sikhs from New Mexico, and if you are into Sikhi, you've probably come across SikhNet at some point in your journey. They have a wealth of resources online, all in English, about Sikhi. And one of my favorite events we've done this year was Bug Ke Buggy. We held an open mic night here in London, and that was just so much fun. The artists who came out to speak were amazing, and you can actually see all of the performances that happened that night over on the NSYF YouTube channel, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. Be sure to check it out. There's other snippets of all of the events that we've done over the past few years, so yeah, be sure to check that out, and check out the website as well, nsyf.org.uk. There's loads of reports and blog posts and just loads of information on Sikh politics, current events, and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, be sure to check out that website. Again, I'll leave it in the description box below. Being around the National Sikh Youth Federation made me feel really comfortable to put Sikhi at the center of my life, and that gave me the little push that I needed to take Amrit, and I'm super grateful for that. We've actually created an all-female space especially for Gars called Gar Faction, and we hold monthly meetings in a Gurdwara here in London, and it's just beautiful. We speak about self-love, we speak about politics, we speak about colonization, we speak about racism, we speak about so many different things that affect Gars. One of my favorite things about Gar Faction is that all the BPR come in and we do tangible things. We speak about tangible things and we create tangible things. So in the first one, we made mirrors of our self-reflection, and we spoke about self-love and our gaze and what that means as Sikh women, especially living in the diaspora. The next one, we're going to be talking about self-love. That's going to be really fun. I'm not going to give too much away, but we're going to be making something really special. In the second meeting, we spoke about poetry, and yeah, they're super fun. Check out the Instagram for the National Sikh Youth Federation. Any card is welcome, so yeah, come through. Oh, and it's free. I think I'm talking a bit too much in it. I really hope that answered the question. I feel like I spoke a lot then, but I think it was all valuable, and I think you guys kind of wanted to know that. So yeah, hope that answered the question. The next one, from Ashreen_121. How do you sustain being a vegan, and what foods are suitable for vegans to keep energy throughout the day? Mad ting. I'm not vegan, and I will do a separate video on this. But yeah, I'm not vegan anymore because I couldn't keep my energy throughout the day basically. So I had to introduce animal products back into my diet, and I feel better than ever. I'm glowing. I don't need as much sleep as I thought that I needed. I used to sleep for like 10 hours and still be tired. Now I'm on like 6 hours and I just feel great. But yeah, I will do a separate video on that, and we will go into detail about what happened, why I'm no longer vegan, and all of that stuff. And I'm also going to break down some of the problematic comments that were left on my post on Instagram when I said, hey, I came out about me not being vegan. And there was just some problematic racist comments on that post that we're going to dissect, and that's going to be super fun because I'm going to call out some of you vegan activists who are just racist and horrible. Okay, next question. Have you always wanted to be religious, or have you just tried it out since marriage? I don't know how to answer that. Sikhi has always played a really huge role in my life. My Nanaji is very religious, I guess you could say. Like, he is a Sikh, and he's always been such a huge inspiration for me. We're super close. So we've always had that. Every time I'm around him, he like forces me to sit down, read Bart. And when I was younger, I didn't see the value in that, and now that I'm older, I'm like so grateful that I have a relationship with my guru and I can understand Punjabi and read Gurmukhi and stuff like that. I guess being married, I'm not gonna lie, being a woman, like, okay, I'm not even gonna speak for everyone. For me, taking Amrit before I got married was super difficult because in my head, and I know this is problematic, but I'm just gonna be honest, in my head I was like, oh, like if I have a mustache and like have a kurban, like no one's gonna want to marry me. And like, it's so messed up that I had those thoughts, but it's the truth. And I think a lot of BPR do feel like that, and yeah, there's a lot of work to be done around that, and I don't have the answers right now, but I just thought I'd be honest about that. So I think after marriage it was a lot easier to just be like, okay, I'm gonna take Amrit now because I'm married. Yeah, just saying it is just so horrible, like it's hurting my heart saying this, but it's just the truth. And yeah, there's a lot of work to be done on that. And we're actively doing the work at the National Sikh Youth Federation on issues like this. But yeah, I don't have the answers right now, but that is what was going through my head. What's your truest advice for someone who wants to start keeping their kids? Okay, so I can't really answer this for men, but I will speak about my experience, and maybe it will help any Bibia who are going through this right now. I actually do get a lot of messages from girls saying like, is there any natural remedies to stop hair growth and stuff? And it's like, there isn't. Like, your body is your body. Obviously, if you have like hirsutism or like polycystic ovaries, that's a different thing. But yeah, in general, there's not like a magic pill or a magic food that's gonna stop you from having a bit of a mustache and a monobrow. Like, it's absolutely fine. Our bodies are naturally like this. Like, I have hair here, I have hair on my arms, I have hair on my underarms as well, and it's okay. I've made peace with it, and I feel more beautiful with this because it's who I am. It's who I'm supposed to be. I still feel anxious when I go to public spaces and I know I'm going to be the other. If I'm going to the Gurdwara or I'm meeting family, I know that I'm going to fit in. When I'm going to a space that I know is going to be predominantly white, I get hella anxious, like heart palpitations, sweaty palms, all of it. For example, when I'm going to the airport, it's game over. I know that someone's going to ask me if I've been in contact with a bomb in the last 2 weeks. Why are you asking me and you're not asking Sally with her blonde hair out? I wonder why. Can't be because you're racist. But the thing that helps me get through this is connecting to my guru, doing part, listening to Kirtan, doing Kirtan, reading Gurbani, and just understanding that this makes sense to me right now. That's what helps me get through it. So that would be my advice, I guess, for anyone who's going through this. I'm not the best person to give advice about this, but I'm just going to share my experience, and hopefully someone can resonate. Having your gears in a Western world is not easy. Having a mustache and having like sideburns and a beard and a monobrow and armpit hair as a woman in the diaspora is not easy. Unless you're white, it's a different story because then you're a feminist and you're edgy and cool. But if you look like me, like you're some alien thing that like looks Muslim but isn't, like it's a bit of a weird thing. But just connecting with Guru and like basically using Guru as a tool to get you through your daily anxieties, like that's the best way I can put it. Yeah. So I hope that answers that question. Again, like I'm not a counselor, I don't know about this stuff in depth, but that's just how I feel. Okay, so the final question is from Ashmeet Kaur. It's a very special question. She said, why are you so crusty? Kiss, 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 kiss. And I'm not going to answer that, but thank you for taking time out of your day to type this to me, Ashmeet. And that brings us to the end of our Q&A. Thank you all so much for sending in your questions. I had so much fun answering them. Like, I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but I really had a great time answering them. So I hope you enjoyed watching them as well. Hopefully this video gave you guys a bit of an understanding as to why YouTube has taken a backseat in my life, because I've been doing a lot of stuff offline because goddamn, the internet gets a bit much sometimes. I feel very inspired to be in front of the camera right now, so this is the start of a few videos over the next few months. I'm going to get Maya from Boss Your Body Events on, and we're going to talk more about our retreats, about our events, about our all-female safe spaces in the health and fitness world. Be sure to follow us on Instagram as well. We've got some testimonials from our last retreat, so check them out, hear what people are saying. We're going to be doing another one in the winter as well. We'll be releasing details about that very, very soon. But yeah, check out our Instagram for that, at Boss Your Body Events. Just so you know, all of our retreats and events are 100% female only, just so you know before you book. Be sure to follow me at God Health on Instagram to stay up to date with what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any video suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.